James Buchanan is the Director of Facilities at Solano Community Colleges. He's happy with their work order system and shares how they use genie.
Yeah, with the what I find unique about this system is compared to a system that I used to use when I was at the Federal Bureau of Prisons. With that system, you could pull up reports, but they were just reports. You really didn't, you couldn't visually see the buildings or anything. It would just you could pull up the history on the building, the history on equipment. I did that for 6 years, so when I first looked at the BIM Genie, I thought, it's just a work order system. You know, it's because we didn't have a preventive maintenance system at the time. When I started here, it was just work orders. And I didn't really understand the BIM portion of it and going into the fusion and all that. So all I saw was a work order system, you know, where I could go in and just look at work orders. And I used to tell Candace, our administrative assistant, well, you can't do much with this system, you know. And then so she called you guys, and then you implemented the preventive maintenance portion of it. And then through some training, I started to see that the system, when you go into the other portions of the system, besides the work orders and preventive maintenance, you can actually pull up the campus in the BIM portion of it and look at the whole campuses. We have 3 campuses, so I can pull up all 3 campuses. And then I didn't realize that I could actually drill down into individual buildings, and all that information was there already. I just didn't know how to get to it. And so start looking at rooftops that already have the air handlers up there, the exhaust fans, the supply fans, and a lot of the MEP equipment was already uploaded in there also, that I didn't know how to find it until Thomas would walk me through it. And now I can go in and go into the search mode and go into components, and then I can go in and let's say I want to find pumps. I can type the keyword pump in and hit the magnifying glass, and it'll pull up all the pumps throughout this instance, the Solano main campus. And I can do the same by going into the 2 other campuses, the Vallejo and Vacaville, and then I can just click the detail. It'll pull up all the pumps with the pump numbers, and I can go to the detail tab next to it, and I can click that, and it's amazing. It'll pull up those units in that building, the photographs of them. It'll give me the pertinent information, serial numbers, make and models, and photos of them, which is very helpful. And so that's, now I'm starting to realize, you know, really how powerful this system is. How much, as a facility manager, how much is right at my fingertips, that I can just pull up and not even go to the buildings, and I can look at all the mechanical portions of it that have been entered. And in some areas I see where we need to enter more information on our part as managers into the system, because initially included what they had at the time. They could have been a lot more information put in, but that will fall more on us as a department to enter that information. I entered a air handling unit on our 1600 building that didn't show an air handler on the campus building drawing on BIM. So he showed me how to input a air handler onto it, and now all I have to do is get the information, the data information, and input it into that piece of equipment, take a photograph of it, and then take that photograph and associate it with that piece of equipment. You know? So the system is really has, as a manager, a lot to offer from when I first looked at it. So it's totally changed my mind about it. So.